Well, it's Thursday. It's time for Thursday Papers with Mike and Greg.
Extra, extra! Read all about it. A lot of news here. A lot of news.
Jesus.
I didn't have it this week. I didn't have it this
Thank God
week.
I've lost the zoom on my screen. I can't even see you. There you is.
Hey now.
All
Look at me.
right.
Huh? Green hat. This hat, by the way, is made by Burio, which is a company that I became friends with the creators. This hat is made out of fish nets recovered from the Chilean Sea.
I love that. I love that story.
And they're
I just
they're
said I
all
love them.
over.
Can they send me one? Huh?
Yeah, they sent two. They sent one for me and one for you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, check it out. So they started out, I met them when they were just two young kids working out of their garage, this couple, and they started saying, like, what are we going to do with all these fishing nets that get abandoned? So now they're all over Latin America. Patagonia picked them up. They do all of Patagonia's hats.
No.
Yeah, they're huge now.
So I'm imagining the idea is after you wear it a few times, you don't throw it in the ocean and then the fish get all tangled in hats.
No, you scoop them up. You scoop those fuckers up.
They're already attracted to the material. We know that.
Right.
All right, this is a 20-minute sprint. What are we doing?
20-minute sprint. Let's go fast, quick.
Get in a plank position, fucking run in place, go do the staircase, whatever you're doing.
Okay, let's get to first of all, big announcement. We have our first. Oh, by the way, Tim Semple did the Thursday
That was
Papers
catchy.
song.
I like
real catchy. So
Yeah, short,
keep sending
sweet,
them
to the
in, but
point.
it's possible we're going to keep that as just every week. It's so good.
Yeah.
We'll see. Send in some other ones. Also, Mike, you just had a trip to a camping trip. How was that?
Backcountry, a little too high. We slept at around 11,500 feet. And, whatever. You sound like a pussy whenever you talk, but like hiking up there when you have the 40 pounds on your back.
You told me 35 the other day.
I've raised it 5 for the podcast, Greg. And don't forget my boots and my hat.
Yeah.
I don't have a light monofilament hat like you do. And so, anyway, it was breathtaking though. We went up to the Sierras and we woke up, it was in either the high 30s or early 40s. It thunderstormed for 90 minutes that night before. But what was amazing is you come down Sunday morning, you walk down, whatever, and it's amazing. There's still snow up there.
Wow.
And you then make the drive home on the Eastern Sierras. And we passed Death Valley. And on Sunday, the exact time we were passing it, apparently Earth broke a record for the hottest temperature ever in Death Valley Sunday.
130 degrees, right?
Something like that. My car said 116 because we weren't in Death Valley, but it was 116 on the highway where I was driving.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's California. Couple corrections from last week. Send them in if you hear them. We usually nail it, but once in a while we get 5 or 6 things wrong.
I got the weight of my pack wrong already. No letters,
right.
please.
Herman Cain, we were discussing Herman Cain, and I said that he was the founder of Papa John's Pizza, when in fact, he was not the founder, but he bought and then sold Godfather's Pizza, that he made a lot of money.
It's a significant difference, although I bet both pizza guys, Godfather's and what's the other one?
Papa John's.
Papa John's. I bet they both use the N-word. Because, that's Papa John's rap.
Yeah.
He's
right.
no longer even on the board of his company or whatever it is.
Yeah.
He had to go. Conference call, used it.
Yeah. Let's get back to Italian people owning pizza places. Let's stay out of trouble. That was sent in by Mikey Fitzgibbons. Also, we were talking about famous people that have tempted fate by downplaying the coronavirus and then got it. I said Boris Yeltsin, when in fact Boris Yeltsin's been dead for about 9 years. Met
So ahead of
Boris
his time.
Johnson, Prime Minister of, is it England or Great Britain that he's the Prime Minister of?
Well, Boris Karloff is also dead. I don't want you to go there.
That's right.
It's England, right?
Is he? Just England?
I guess so. I should know, especially I've worked with so many Brits, like Britain, the British Isles, England, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get it. Come on now.
Well, they're confused because they used to be big. They were like Radio Shack, and now there's like 2 Radio Shacks. There's like England, Scotland, Wales, and then I think they've got like a part of the Canary Islands, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to invite more letters. I believe, I think I'm wrong. The United Kingdom, though, refers to England, Scotland, Northern Ireland. Does that sound
Either
about
way,
right?
fuck England, fuck Great Britain. They're worse than the Nazis. There was also
Send your letters to Fitzdog.
Rick Schwartz said that I blanked the name of a comedian from Boston. He said it was probably Lenny Clark. In fact, Teddy Bergeron was the one who had the bit about being in an AA meeting and popping the can.
That's such a funny bit. Oh, my God.
Where is it?
No, Lenny Clark, wasn't he the retarded bit that he used to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lenny's the best.
I don't know if that bit has aged well, but all right.
None of comedy has aged well. You know, it really hasn't. It's like... I look back at certain specials. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Raw, or Delirious.
No more, yeah.
It's so offensive to gay people.
And the left better calm down. You know what I mean? Just calm down for 2 months till the election. Just calm down. The extremists on both sides, the regular people on both sides, whichever side you're on, you don't need the extremists yelling right before the election. It turns off at least half the country.
Yes. We've been... Anyway, let's get to letters. Letters to the editor. Yeah. We're already 7 minutes into the podcast.
Oh, shit.
We do this thing in 20, so let's do it fast.
I have 5.5 minutes in.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get corrections.
I'm like a trainer, like just 3 more if you are exercising doing this. Hey, we're only 3 minutes in. All right, go ahead.
Alex Jonas said, "Hey, Greg and Mike, love the podcast. I'm writing to tell you that your most recent podcast really hit home with me for several reasons. I actually graduated from Sturgis High School. And although I lived just outside of town, immediately after graduating, I moved to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Just over a year ago, I moved back to Sturgis to take care of my father, who was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, man. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Under no circumstances would I ever have considered moving back here, but here I am. As you mentioned on a previous podcast, the city sent mail-in votes to decide on whether or not to have the rally this year. They also informed the residents a few days later that if they voted to not have the rally, the city would have to raise their property taxes to make up for the lost revenues. Despite the majority voting no, it still happened. Not only do I think it was a terrible decision for the community and surrounding area, but now these bikers all go home and spread it in their communities. My dad has a terminal illness. I worry about his well-being. Also, there is a VA hospital in Sturgis, so there are a lot of retired veterans and elderly people in town. So,
yeah,
you know, there you go.
Well, he's not going to get any sympathy from a lot of the people pulling into Sturgis because they think Lou Gehrig's disease is a myth. So, is it too soon?
That's
Dude,
right. Yeah,
no commentary. I'm not making light of your father's illness. I'm very sorry about that.
They're saying you don't have to wear a mitt.
Oh my God. But you know, I did the accident report last week and I then checked again. This is an update. I just am going to read you. You're probably going to cut me off because there's like 8 of them, but this is just from Saturday. These are the injury reports out of Sturgis. At 10:40 a.m. Saturday, while unsuccessfully trying to pass a car, the motorcycle went across the westbound lane into the north ditch. The 64-year-old male driver, who was not wearing a helmet, was thrown from the motorcycle. He suffered life-threatening injuries. Charges are pending. Keep in mind, it's a strong start. That's 10:40 a.m.
Wait, didn't you read these already?
These are all new.
These are ones you haven't read?
These are ones I have not read.
Oh, my God.
This is a new day, Saturday. Yeah. At 11:15 a.m. Saturday, the driver lost control while trying to negotiate a curve. The Harley-Davidson went into the south ditch and down a narrow ravine. The 66-year-old male driver suffered injuries. Helmet use is under investigation. At 1 p.m. Saturday, a Harley-Davidson motorcycle failed to negotiate a downhill curve, going wide and across the center line, colliding with a southbound Chevrolet Traverse. The motorcycle slid down the road, striking a... Hold on. Then the motorcycle slid down the road, striking a southbound BMW motorcycle. Not kidding. Both motorcycle drivers were thrown from their vehicles. The 71-year-old male driver of the Harley-Davidson motorcycle, who was not wearing a helmet, suffered injuries. The guy in the BMW was 44. He was wearing a helmet and sustained minor injuries. So anyway, it goes on like that. But no joke, each one. 64-year-old, 70-year-old was the next one. Again, not wearing a helmet. 64-year-old, not wearing a helmet.
Can we assume also not wearing a mask for all of them?
Yeah. 66-year-old, not wearing a helmet. He was attempting to slow down for vehicles. This is a good one. At 5:32 p.m., I'm only up to there, Saturday, a 2008 Harley-Davidson motorcycle was eastbound on Interstate 90 when the driver lost control while trying to change lanes during a rainstorm. Both occupants were thrown from the motorcycle. The 56-year-old male driver was not injured, and the 20-year-old female passenger sustained minor injuries.
I like
here's
that.
To that
Grandpa.
Guy. He's not injured, and his 20-year-old date has minor injuries, so both were wearing helmets. That's the thing. Those guys are getting it on in their motel in Sturgis that night. Wear helmets, everybody.
Wear condoms too for that girl. Can we assume that a 20-year-old girl who's on the back of an elderly biker's motorcycle in Sturgis is already suffering injuries? That's just they should say the most recent injury.
Definitely impaired judgment. I don't know if she should be getting, but also shouldn't she look around, do the math like, all right, I'm going to get on an old guy's motorcycle now. It seems like the hospital has a waiting line of these dudes. Oh my God.
Dude, if you want to make some money, get a flatbed and go up to Sturgis that week. You will be hauling motorcycles for 24 hours straight.
Or if you're a parts dealer,
yeah,
including human parts, just head up there. Every year. That should be just a tradition.
All right. Denture repair, gold mine.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Marcos Mayers. Hi, Greg and Mike. Your last Sunday papers, you talked about memories you thought you had forgotten. Made me think about an episode from my high school life. I went to Catholic school 25 years ago. Ooh, cue the violins and the cellos. And we had a priest. We had a priest that taught calligraphy. One day, he made the girls go to the gym, and with just the guys, he started this weird lecture about growing up. I cannot really remember the beginning, but what I clearly remember is the emphasis he put on the hygiene of male genitalia. He got really detailed on how to do it, and when his voice started changing tone and it was getting too weird, he pulled himself back and ended up saying some standard Christian stuff. Today, I think that was completely unnecessary, but I guess he was really worried about a clean soul.
I can only guess. He sounds terrified. The priest.
Sounds what?
So many of them are. Huh?
Sounds what?
Terrified.
Yeah, I remember when we had sex ed, there was a teacher there, and he was like a very uptight, wound up guy, Mr. Marcassani. And he started telling us about sex ed, and he mentioned that his wife, having sex with his wife, and that she was dead. And then the tittering started and the giggling started, and then he fucking snapped. He screamed at us. And
well, how dare you laugh at a guy having sex with his dead wife? How disrespectful.
This was really the advanced sex ed class. He did the foot fetish one next, and then on Thursday, he came in dressed as a bunny. Oh, wait, it wasn't Marcassani. Marcassani was the music teacher. I can't remember this guy's name.
I don't think you should name names.
I know. But it wasn't Marcassani.
So I was hit. Yeah, I told you that. I went to Iona Grammar School for one ill-fated year.
Catholic school.
Hit right in the face. Keep in mind, this was like 1980. Like, it wasn't like the 30s. So anyway, smashed in the face by this guy. But I honestly feel he was so flamboyant. I would bet everything that he was a homosexual. But in addition, incredibly effeminate and flamboyant. So that adds, of course, to it. So anyway, I just pray for the guy. Like I actually forgive him just because I now understand, and this is presuming a lot and probably very patronizing, but I just think he must have had the toughest life because I don't know how many listeners know. It's very, very common knowledge, but so sorry if I'm being patronizing to the listeners now, but so many people especially the Irish and Italian Catholic communities grow up, and men and boys, and they feel that they're gay, or they start to think that they're attracted to men. They are so horrified, and they know that their dad will probably beat the shit out of them, if not have their whole families disown them. And all of a sudden they hear, wait a minute, there's a place advertising positions where I can go and never have sex with anyone ever. Like, in other words, it'll be the rule and people will look out for that. And I'll be a hero in this community.
I'll lead a moral life so I can overcome this evil that I feel inside of me.
And I will be on the top tier, if there's such a thing in heaven. In God's eyes, I will be one of his closest sons. But more to the point of anything, an absolute hero to my family. No matter what my other siblings do, no one, I don't care if it's a hedge fund guy that buys the parents a house, no one is going to be higher on the ladder than this guy. And
I can't imagine him, the gay priest, teaching you guys sex ed. It would be like, okay, first you find a guy named Ed. Then...
Okay, I know we got interrupted last time. Where were we? Okay, handicap stall and Port Authority? That's I think we left off there. So the weird thing, guys, is a lot pay to actually do the action. So it's like counterintuitive. You think they'd want to be serviced, but the businessmen before they get in the Holland Tunnel are actually doing it to these kids.
And again, the letters go to fitzdogradio@gmail.com. Should we hit? I want to do. We always review a couple things every week.
Sure.
You want to? Is something you want to review? It can be an album, could be a TV show, a movie.
I should write them down. They all happen during the week, and then I forget them. But God, I really will. Did you see Love on the Spectrum yet?
No.
It is like a drug that makes you feel good.
Okay. Well, we've already talked about it.
There's only 6 episodes, sadly. I want to volunteer to do, we did the Brody documentary, so I've done documentaries on mental illness. I want to do the American version. I should call Netflix or whatever. Like, the key is being so respectful. You could see them. This is the last thing I'll say about it. You could see them occasionally in certain scenes I forget the producer's name. You never see him, but you could see the person on camera, like, Mark, like, did I go too far? Like, there's such a trust there that they don't violate or exploit in any way.
Well, I know exactly who you're going to talk to because I reviewed Peanut Butter Falcon recently, and the director actually reached out to us and listens to the show. And so
That's
we were
amazing.
singing, yeah. So he was really excited that we talked about it. And the movie was produced by Anthony Shriver, who's the guy who started Best Buddies, which is the group that I work with.
Oh, you do a lot of work. I want to get in on that too.
Yeah, so they work with people with intellectual disabilities. So if we get the two of those guys on board and you really want to do it, you could do an American version of it for sure.
Nah, I'd rather not help people. I just want to watch them.
I want
It's
to
much
review.
easier to watch them. I'm getting something out of it. They're helping me. Don't
Yeah.
you get it, Greg?
Yes.
All right,
why I
dude,
used
it's
to- I
18
used to watch-
minutes. What are we doing?
All right, let's do my review is of a TV show on Hulu called Alone, and it's a survivor type show, 10 people, and in this one they're in the Arctic, and they go in the fall, but then they make it through the winter. And I mean, I'm talking it's fucking 0 degrees. They're each dropped in different areas near this lake in the Arctic. They never see each other. They're
40-pound packs. Go ahead.
45-pound packs. They're completely alone. They get to bring 10 objects like knife, fire starter, sleeping bag, 10
Lube.
things.
Yeah.
Lube, carrot, and it is so fucking intense. These are such badass people. This one guy, he kills a fucking moose with an arrow.
No.
He guts it, skins it. He builds this fucking tower to put the meat on so that it isn't eaten by scavengers. A wolverine makes it up there. So he makes this fucking trap with tin cans. He found tin cans.
All right, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
No, I got to tell you this.
Oh.
Sets up a trap so the wolverine gets his neck through it and he can hear the wolverine. It's fucking pitch black the middle of the night. He hears the cans. He goes outside with a bow and arrow. Do you know what wolverines are like? Fucking
They're a cross
wolves.
between a wolf and a wolf man, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wolves are afraid of them. Bears are afraid of them. They are fucking. He goes out in the middle of the night in the dark with a bow and arrow and kills a fucking wolverine in 0 degree temperatures. And I'm sitting on my comfy couch going like, it's a little drafty. I don't know. It's like it's hot out, but this Oh my God.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it.
All right. We only have a little bit of time. Should we do the crossword puzzle?
We're officially in overtime. That's fine. Let's just keep going. Sure. I got a crossword. You ready?
All right. Let's hear it.
It's 7 letters.
7 letters.
Where you would find lots of motorcycle enthusiasts without their helmets. It ends in an S, and there's a G in the middle. 7 letters.
Galenas?
No, wouldn't your guess be Sturgis?
Sturgis.
Nope. The answer is morgues.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Here's one. 6 down. 6 letters starting with a G. Women find that Cuba is no vacation.
Is that a clue?
Yep.
Women find, didn't you just read me a stat? Women find Cuba is no vacation?
Starts with a G, ends with a G.
I don't even know what you're asking. I have
Gooding.
no idea.
Cuba
Huh?
Gooding. Just got
oh,
accused of 4 rapes. That's
Okay.
how we end the show.
I love it. Oh, that's a perfect ending.
You know, it's amazing because he's one of these guys that won the Oscar and then never did another decent movie. Did he? Did he ever do another decent movie?
Radio? Did he do radio? I'm trying to remember what else he might have done. I think he probably has.
I don't know, but I really wonder if maybe he was getting blackballed because he was a predator.
Back that long ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago. There was
Hollywood was totally cool with predators till very recently.
Yep. Could be it.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, Mike?
Boy, I think I left it all on the table here.
Okay.
Have you started watching the NBA?
Yes, Lakers lost the first game last night.
I guess it's getting interesting, right?
Yeah, it's getting good. I think people are excited about it. The players are a little bit angsty because, you know, with the playoffs, if you win in 3 games, you have to sit and wait like 5 days for the next game to start. So what I just heard yesterday is that they are going to compress that. And as soon as you win your playoff, then you play the other team the day they finish their playoff.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's really going to punish the older teams because, you know, people like LeBron are like, dude, I'm fucking out of here. Wrap this shit up.
But it incentivizes you to get through your
Right.
series, like 3-zip or whatever. It's up to 4-zip now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But also, these guys are under such stress because of this bubble and the virus and everything. This is the longest any of them have gone without sex, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Even if they were with their families, they'd be super stressed because they've been forced to have sex with only their wife, which has not happened since they've been 17 or 16 years old.
That's right. Since they got her pregnant at that away game in Seattle, but it's a little bit like Trump in the White House because I don't think he has access to outside pussy at this point, does he?
I don't know. Don't rapists always have access somehow? I'm kidding.
They find a way.
Alleged
Yeah.
rapist. All
right, listen.
No, I'm sure Trump, I don't know. He's so old. I don't know how that guy's still. I
know.
got to give it to Trump. Doesn't Trump seem younger than he is?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't even seem as fat as he is. He's pretty remarkable that way.
Yeah, he's really a guy that grinds it out. The guy fucking he makes it work.
He's a hard worker, no doubt about it. I will say that.
All right, listen, thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys in 3 days on the Sunday papers. We have
He's
a
not
lot
a hard
of
worker. I take it back.
We're going to have our first ad on Sunday. We're excited about that.
I know nothing about it, but okay.
If you want to be a sponsor on the show, you can email us, fitzdogradio@gmail.com. We're doing discount rates until we get our agent is getting us some real ads, but we thought it'd be fun to, involve the listeners with some ads. Anyway,
maybe we'll read. Why don't we, as I said last week, maybe we'll read a fake ad also.
That'd be fun.
Just to counter it.
If you want to follow Mike Gibbons, it's Gibbons Time on Instagram and Twitter.
That's
I
what was
am
available.
at Greg Fitz Show on Twitter and Greg Fitzsimmons on Instagram.
Happy
that'll do
Thursday,
it.
everybody. You're almost through the week.
Happy Thursday. Enjoy it.
Back to school.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's Thursday. It's time for Thursday Papers with Mike and Greg.